ever had a desire for something, and as much as you were looking forward to making it happen, that thing never happened and it left you like frustrated or disappointed? Today I'm talking about desires and why you should never have desires for anything or set desires for anything. A desire is a strong feeling to make something happen. And reality is that when we have desires and we don't have a vision, those desires birth illusions and fantasies that we create imaginary in our imagination, and those may set us up for expectations and lead to disappointments. The truth about having desires is that when you are desiring something, it's because you're either looking to mirror somebody else, you've seen it happen for somebody else, and you now have the desire to make it happen for you. But without you looking into how that person accomplished it, or what the work and that person did to get to where they are, you may just have that desire and begin to birth illusions in your own space, and those illusions turn into fantasies, and those fantasies now turn into things that are setting you up for failure. The word failure is a label, by the way. It's a learning opportunity for you to gain more experience and master what you need to create a vision for and set goals about. And one of the things that you have to understand about having a strong desire is it's like craving for ice cream. You have that craving, and you're not able to get the flavor you want. Maybe you go to a grocery store and they don't have that flavor that you're really craving for in the ice cream, and then after a while the craving goes on. Desires die. Desires die after a while that we've birthed them, and you have to really look at the desire and ask yourself the question: am I desiring this because I'm seeing it happening for someone? Is there a void I'm trying to fill with this desire? Is this desire in alignment with my goals and vision? If it's not, why am I craving for something? And what is the benefit of what I'm craving for? And how can it help me grow in my journey and evolve to become a better version of myself? And if you're asking yourself those questions, one of the things you will discover is that it was just a desire based on some void, based on maybe some emotional things that you have sought after as a child that were never fulfilled, or a craving that you have as an adult that was never fulfilled. And cravings don't last forever. Write that down. Cravings don't last forever. They are temporary. You have to focus on what it is going to add to your life. And if you keep craving and desiring something, then you have to work for it to make it happen. You can't project it on other people, because when you project it and expect somebody else to fulfill that for you, it will leave you with a disappointment and a bigger void. A good example of that is you're having a desire to have a partner in a relationship, and that desire keeps going because you feel like you're lonely. You feel lonely. You have that emptiness in your own space, and so you create this idea and idealize the partner that you're looking for and build fantasies and illusions around it. And what usually happens is that when you meet someone who matches up with the fantasy and illusion, you forget about goals, you forget about the relationship goals and vision, and then you start to follow the desire, and that person may say things to you that may match up with the fantasies that you've created, the narrative that you've told yourself. And what happens when that person no longer matches the narrative? The relationship breaks up and your emotions are hurt, because desires are based on emotional needs. And one of the things that you'll discover is that when that relationship ends, you will project everything on the partner and play the victim. And one of those learning points is that you have to take a rain check and figure out what role did you play. How did you contribute to that? How did your fantasy and desire and illusions match up with your goals and your vision? If they aren't, then you need to go back to the drawing board and begin again. Do not crave for desires. Seek to establish a vision and set goals around your vision for your life in alignment with your purpose. Because if they are not in alignment, guess what? It will be desires that you're not going to be able to work on. You're going to look to other people to fulfill it based on the fantasy and illusions that are not real, and they're not the reality of life. they only lead to disappointments. And as you know, as I've always shared and as I've documented in my books, disappointments are life's teacher. They teach us to go back home to ourselves and explore. And as long as we're open to exploring, we will keep learning about ourselves. We'll keep discovering the parts of what we're yet to know, and then we'll keep learning to evolve in our own space, because the more you know yourself, the better you become. The better you become, the less desires you will have, the more goals you will set, the greater vision you would have, and the more you're able to do the work to execute your goals and accomplish the vision, which is always your mission and your purpose in life. I hope that will be helpful to someone out there. Never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. You stop living, it means that it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still breathing, living, and having your being, make sure that you're not setting desires to be your drivers, but you're looking to set goals that match up with your vision and in alignment with your life's purpose. Talk to you all soon. Have a great one. God bless.